and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. It is no going back. That's the track. What's up and gone.
Edwards pulls off and buries a play. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
The Seminoles win.
The score, the Seminoles 15, USC 19, with 3:35 remaining in the fourth period.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Welcome into Taco Tuesday's edition of Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Caracino at Diablos005 _ on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. You guys know it. You love it. Check it out. Old account got hacked. Onward and upward. Annoying, but onward and upward. Check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Oh, man. And as you're doing that, hold on. I got one more thing for you. Well, we'll do it in a second. You know what? We'll do it in a second. So, yes, at Diablo005 _ on X, artist formerly known as Twitter. And then also, I know I never reminded you of this before. You can go to the wonderful world of the good old IG and go to michael.caratonito.5, and guess what? Check out the show live there. Absolutely awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, and guess what? The YouTube channel, guys, last but definitely most definitely not least, go to YouTube and subscribe as watch live, but you also need to subscribe because for the new subscribers, forks up, greatly appreciate it. Keep again, you have missed the reason why I say to subscribe if you're watching season 3 live, because you have missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews here on Pitchfork Lunch. Yesterday, Jeff Metcalf, again, longtime AZ Central reporter, covered women's hoops, and Olympics sports here, covered many Olympics for AZ Central. So yeah, we had the great Jeff Metcalf on, but again, go to YouTube, watch live, and subscribe. You know how to get there. You see my name, Michael Caratonito. But my page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, guys, and subscribe. As again, like I said, you have missed a ton, but you know what I'm going to say. I'm glad you're here now, but shame on you. Where have you been? But that's why you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can binge watch season 1, keep watching season 3, binge watch season 2, keep watching season 3. And then as you're doing all this, and when we have return guests on, friends of the program, which is awesome to have, you'll understand, some of the interviews like connect, because obviously we don't talk about the same stuff all the time, which would be, why would they want to come back on just to repeat certain things? Now, yes, obviously some things do cross over depending on the coach or player or from the sport that we have. So it all depends on that. But I digress. I'm just saying, go to YouTube, subscribe, get all caught up. Because like I said, whether it's coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum, athletic director who is just on a tear, has come in, and again, just the energy around the athletic department. And when we've talked to the coaches, and you've heard it, you've seen it, when we talked to Coach Bartlett from softball, talking to Coach Powers, obviously, recently, that's what I'm saying. And even when we talk to all the coaches, like, it's just the bond is there, and the bond, but just like the passion and everything, like, it's just Gramercy's hit it out of the park so far. And yeah, I mean, every day you got to keep, we always hear coaches say in sports, get 1% better, get 1% better, and you keep stacking that, and that's the environment that Gramercy has. You say environment, culture, either way, but that he has instilled. And again, I can't wait to catch up with him. Again, I know I've been saying it for a minute, but we will catch up with him soon. So yes, go to YouTube and subscribe. See my name, Michael Caracino, but it said M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. But so I have another thing to show you, and I will say this: a lot of you may have seen this on X, because FanDuel has, I guess, great minds think alike. Because last night I was chopping through stuff and I was like, Molly Miller's opening press conference. Like, I mean, knowing the Final Four would be here, but just asked about, the vibe and in her first year, obviously, what she's accomplished. 24 wins, 3-0 against that school down south, which is, always a very beautiful, phenomenal thing. So we love that. I mean, it's the first time since 2019, and granted, COVID year was obviously tough, but 2019 that the Devils made the tournament. Most wins in a season since 2016. Talked about that last week. Improved from 10-22 to 24-10. Yeah, take it all day, and then swept rival Arizona, not once, not twice, 3 times. See, for the Forks up 3 times, pitchfork lunchers. And that's a tough thing to do, but a very beautiful thing, all in our first season. So I'm preceding this by saying I was looking for a clip that I mean, I was at the opening presser, as you know, but I was looking for a clip that kind of could foreshadow this and with what Molly Miller wanted to bring. And this is what I came out with. So this is what I cut down. I highlighted for you, but I'm just saying, if you've seen it on X and FanDuel, no, I just didn't I was at the presser. I'm not saying somebody from FanDuel. I don't even know. There's a lot of people at her opening presser, as you guys know. But anyway, that being said, with what I just read to you and what she's done and what the team, her staff, the team, the improvement, everything they've done, this is so head on. So enjoy this wonderful sound from Sun Devil women's head coach Molly Miller, because, again, absolutely awesome. And like I said, if you've seen it on X and FanDuel, great minds think alike, because last night I was and I watched it. I watched her presser, listened to the questions, and then I watched it twice because when I first heard that, I was like, all right, you know what, maybe that one. But I'm like, we'll see. Let me listen again. And I did. I went back, watched it again, and then the question part of it, and then got this. So anyway, Molly Miller, guys, absolutely awesome.
Let's go. Let's go. You're going to be my people. I want to rally and do a little huddle jump with you after games. I want to meet you before games. I want to invite you into practices. We had an open practice for our student group last year. I want you to feel ownership, and I want you to be a part of this. So I can't wait to ingrain myself in the student body and have you all come see a fun brand of basketball, but something you're going to be really, really proud of to represent Arizona State.
Drop the mic. Bam. That's our opening presser. And yeah, you're thinking, of course, you're going to have energy coming in, of course. And, she said earlier in the press conference, the portal opened, and, that was over at Papago, the golf course, where obviously the men and women's home course. So beautiful setting. And she's like, I get to recruit you to paradise. But, I mean, just think of that, getting to know, yes. I mean, after the first win, she went up and she was, leading the band. The auxiliary band that is here, and obviously not the whole band because it would not fit. But absolutely awesome. And I mean, up with the band and students and just getting involved. And they did. They had an open practice at DFA. I mean, not just for the students, anybody could go. And I remember going to it right before as the season was getting closer to starting, and it was, very good crowd. And man, just the energy, like she said, you're going to be proud of the brand of basketball. Well, you go from 10-22 to 24-10 in the tournament. First time since 2019, best record since 2016, and sweeping that school down south, #our state. So, yes, they just took off for Iowa. That's where I'm showing you that. They took off for Iowa, and that's where they're headed to play Virginia. If they win, like Jeff said yesterday, and we were telling you, well, I mean, I knew too, they'll play Georgia. And so that's just And then if they were to win that, and get by Georgia, because it's the Sacramento Regional 4. If they get by Georgia, they would play the winner of Iowa and Fairleigh Dickinson. Granted, Iowa is a 2 seed, so turn to Iowa. And if they got by Iowa, there is a huge chance that they could play TCU in the Sweet 16, because TCU plays UC San Diego in the first round. And in the second round, they would play, if TCU does win, I'm just saying how it could match up. They play the winner of Washington and South Dakota State. Washington's a 6 seed, obviously TCU a 3 seed, by the way. And then just say ASU were to, or ASU gets by Georgia, they play the winner of Iowa, Fairleigh Dickinson, probably Iowa. They beat that, and they could be seeing TCU, who, as we know, playing them a second time after getting blown out by Iowa State. It was a much closer game in the Big 12 tournament. Because during the season, towards the end of the season, they lost to, they lost to Iowa State 90-64, right, on February 18th. And 15 days later, they beat Iowa State 77-68. So from putting up 64, which again, not bad, they put up 13 more points, but they held Iowa State to 22 less points. That is what you get. So 77-68. And then, again, they were going toe-to-toe with West Virginia, and the last 2 minutes became free throws for West Virginia, but it was a close game. And now, like I said, they have Virginia at 6 p.m. It'll be on ESPN2 Thursday at 6 p.m. local time. So, and yeah, you look at Virginia, and they are 19-11 overall. So, they have 5 less wins and 1 more loss. Out of the ACC, I know. Again, I'm not. Wow, the matchup predictor, according, of course, to ESPN Analytics, is going to favor, as we know, an ACC team, especially in hoops. 73.3% chance of winning the game. ASU's got the 26.7. Well, that defense is worth a lot more than that. Just ask. Pretty much everybody played them all year long. So, yeah. But I'm just saying that is that. So that is awesome. There are some ranked teams, guys, by the way, we're going to get to in Sun Devil Nation as well. But like I said, for softball, it is Hate Week. They do take on that school down south this weekend in Tucson. Again, haven't had to leave the state of Arizona yet, and they will do that next weekend. But we got to get through, obviously, this week first. We're not looking ahead. It is all just go, 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 go. So that's what they have coming up. And baseball-wise, as you know, the men beat 17th-ranked TCU. They won the series 2-1. Absolutely awesome for Coach Bloomquist, especially after beating Arizona 10-4 on Tuesday. They did lose on Friday to TCU, but then won Saturday and Sunday, like I told you yesterday. And by the way, tonight, Grand Canyon will be at Phoenix Muni. Yeah, Grand Canyon will be at Phoenix Muni for the game, the crosstown rivalry game. That's at Phoenix Muni here. And then April 7th, they'll be over at Grand Canyon at Brazel Field at GCU Ballpark. So, but tonight, again, you can see some ASU baseball guys. No reason not to celebrate St. Patty's Day out there. And you can watch on ESPN Plus. It'll also be on the Sun Devil Radio Network. So for Grand Canyon, though, for the Grand Canyon tonight. But the Devils, again, 14-5 overall. They've won 2 in a row. They're 13-1 at home. That loss, of course, the only loss was to TCU. They're 1-1 away, and 0-3 in the neutral site games. That was tough. But again, seeing good teams, they're a very good team. You can see they have the depth, and Coach Bloomquist talked about that. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But tennis is ranked. Softball, I digress back to softball. They're ranked. Tennis beat U of A, #ourstate, over the weekend, who was, I think, number 29, number 30. Wait, what were they? Man. Women's tennis, that is. Sorry. We have both. So, women's tennis, that is. Arizona was number 34. I don't know if they were number 34 going into that, but either way, ASU beat them 4-2. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So they're ranked. Obviously, we know water polo is ranked, which we're going to, again, aiming to have Coach Party on tomorrow. It's looking good. Millie Quinn, the 100-goal scorer for the season, probably aim to have her on Thursday. So yes, it's again, and obviously being honored at Senior Day, which they just had with the tough matchup against USC. But they're ranked. Tennis is ranked. Softball is ranked. Baseball. They are. I think they should be ranked. Let's see. Well, Baseball America, or D1Baseball.com poll does not have them ranked. Baseball America, or D1Baseball.com poll does not have them ranked. See if USA Today does. Oh, no. None there. See if USA Today does. None there. Yeah, no Arizona State. Wow. TCU was 17th, and because they lost to ASU, they dropped out. But ASU doesn't get credit for that. Not thrilled about that, but let me check one thing. Not thrilled about that, but let me check. Well, all right, I'll get to that in a second. But hey, we're going to take a break, by the way, quick break. When we get back, though, we are going to hear from Coach Bartlett about obviously winning series last weekend. It's after Sunday's game, which they fell, but I did not play it for you. So I do want you to hear it because do obviously talk about going into Hate Week in Arizona. And we'll also hear from We'll also hear from Mika Lupi, and it was after Saturday's game, but nonetheless, again, she's just been on fire as well, and getting Kinsey Brown back and having Mika Lupi get into, again, a rhythm and a groove. Absolutely awesome. We'll step aside here from Coach Bartlett and Mika Lupi on the other side. But let's go out. Before we hit a commercial, I just want to hit this for you again because, yes, they are headed to Iowa to take on Virginia and Molly Miller. Again, you may have seen it on X, FanDuel, but I'm telling you right now, I cut it from my stuff last night too. So great minds think alike because this is just great sound, but it could not be more poignant. So here is Molly Miller, and then we'll have a break and be back with Coach Bartlett.
Let's go. Let's go. Like, you're going to be my people. You know, I want to rally and do a little huddle jump with you after games. I want to meet you before games. I want to invite you into practices. We had an open practice for our student group last year. Like, I want you to feel ownership and I want you to be a part of this. So I can't wait to ingrain myself in the student body and have you all come see a fun brand of basketball, but something you're going to be really, really proud of to represent Arizona State.
All right, back here on Pitchfork Lunches. I am Michael Caratino at Diablo005_ on X, ours formerly known as the Twitter. Yes, Pitchfork Lunches. You see a different address. Old account is hacked, stolen. Not really happy. There was a lot of all the show stuff was up there. So again, onward and upward. But yeah, at Diablo005 on X, ours formerly known as Twitter. My IG, Michael.Caratino.5, and the YouTube. Yes, watch live, but do subscribe. It's at Emmons and Michael B as in Victory Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. Subscribe away and enjoy. But yes, I told you we would have Coach Bartlett, and we're going to hear from Coach Bartlett Sunday. They won the series with Oklahoma State, first time since I think 2015 that Oklahoma State lost their first two conference series. Those that know, and again, I don't have time to go down it, but I mean, I've just had lights out pitchers, lights out teams. But I mean, you look at the pitching duos and tandems they had, and yeah, it's insane. And to hear Coach Bartlett like rip it off too. I mean, it's not, and you won't hear it in the sound, but just talking to her. Yeah, absolutely awesome. So yes, without further ado, here is Coach Bartlett Sunday again, talking when beating Oklahoma State, winning the series again, fell Sunday, but also getting ready for Hate Week.
Brady, you good? Coach, just take us to the afternoon.
Yeah, super happy to get the series win. Oklahoma State came out swinging the bats today. They made good on some opportunities, which is kind of the name of the game when you're trying to win top 20 matchups. We certainly didn't swing it the way we wanted to, but already looking forward to the series against UVA next weekend.
To piggyback off what you're saying, like not swinging, I mean, they saw obviously Kenzie again, but seeing Ruby a second time and like going through the lineup, what's the, I guess, biggest challenge in making adjustments as, you know, she's obviously made hers too from Friday night?
They did a nice job. I mean, certainly Ruby's a great pitcher. The coaching staff knows what they're doing, and they did a nice job just keeping us off balance. Honestly, we just popped up way too many balls.
Kenzie, are you seeing the velo, the spin that you wanted? She kind of ramps back up.
Yeah. I mean, she got a big win on Friday night. Threw 7 full, so yeah, we're certainly thrilled to have her back. I mean, she's a game changer for us. I don't know anybody in the country loses their first team All-American and continues on, and we kept finding a way to win games just to, you know, get her back feeling good, and so yeah, we're thrilled to have her back.
Coach, was there some like missed opportunities you felt the offense had today? It seemed like kind of slow in the beginning or lost their momentum?
Yeah, it truly, I think it was pretty slow start to finish. I feel like any time that we kind of started to come up for air, got through a ball or got a runner on, they certainly answered up, and softball's such a game of momentum that, you know, we just have to do a better job of coming up with hard hit balls in succession.
You mentioned obviously taking on that team down south next week. I mean, like going into this week of practice, obviously for, you know, I mean, players in a rivalry game where the players have been here, just how much, I guess, fun is this week of practice getting ready for that game?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a tough one in practice, so Coach Decker makes sure that she does a tremendous job. But yeah, it's certainly going to be a fun week. I mean, matchups like that are why you want to play at this level, truly. And it's 2 very good ball clubs, and we're expecting some good softball next weekend.
Anything else for Coach?
Well, thanks for being here.
And there you see Coach again. I mean, that was like I said, getting the series win. And yeah, if you saw Sunday's game, I mean, both pitchers again had innings. There's a lot of 0 innings, and Oklahoma State just had 2 innings of 2 runs each that inning. So, I mean, 4-0 was the score, but you get the series win. Obviously, 2-4, 4-2 in conference is better, but, you know, 2-4 is better than, you know, 0-6, 1-5, you know, that area. So, and I know, but numbers wise, you're like, yes, thank you, genius. I'm, you know, explaining for the people down south. No, but that being said, it's probably a lot of good points there because Sunday, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, sometimes you're making good contact, and they've had that happen a few times this game where or this season early on where they hit some balls and it's just right to the defense. And coming in, you saw, oh my goodness, Katie Chester's home run. This is insane. Check out Katie. Oh, sorry, Coach Bartlett. I am not Coach Bartlett. There we go. Check out Katie Chester's home run. I mean, again, this thing, pardon me. It's like from the classic line in Bull Durham says something. He goes, man, something. You know, something gets out of here that fast should have a I see like a postage stamp on it, old classic line from Bull Durham. But nonetheless, I mean, check out this home run. This isn't how fast this gets. Look at it. It was so fast getting out, it made the camera blur. It broke. Yeah, that's kind of cool too. And she gets that, and then it was the last one on Saturday. The backhander there from the over across the field too. So yeah, that again, absolutely awesome. But yes, let's hear from Mika Lupi. I promised you that, and but yeah, this is Saturday night after that win that she had. Here she is. Yep. All right. Here is pitcher Mika Lupi after Saturday's win.
Take us through your afternoon. What was working? How'd you feel?
Oh gosh, this afternoon was awesome. I've been wanting a game like this, obviously. Really what did it best for me is me and Coach John have really worked on not overthrowing my ball, because I tend to do that quite often, so keeping a good position. And my cutter really seemed to be taking off tonight, and then I was even able to throw my drop and my rise just to get some different looks.
Yeah, and I was just asking Coach, and again, and I preceded it to her, like I'm going to precede it to you, like not a bad thing, but like you pitched a very solid game, a good game, like you said, you got it, but not a ton of strikeouts because you spoil us. So like not a ton of strikeouts, but the defense is making plays. So I mean, as you're going through the game, whatever, you're getting outs, but is it kind of like where you like, okay, so maybe the strikeouts aren't there, but like I know it's not a bad thing, but I'm just saying, like, so like with defense has like helped you out, but you still pitch a very solid game.
Yeah, defense was awesome tonight, and that's something I've been struggling with is like not pounding the zone. So tonight my goal was to pound the zone, and I'm gonna let my defense work for me, and they did an amazing job.
What about your put out? You snagged that ball. You almost, I was gonna say, like in real time, you almost look kind of shocked, but you threw it over to first base. Were you shocked you fielded that ball?
A little bit, but as soon as I saw it off the bat, I was like, I'm not letting this get through. So.
And then, I mean, when obviously the offense, like I said, Coach, you guys, like, I mean, it was literally like the true heavyweight fight, just two standing in the middle of the ring, throwing punches. You score, or they score. You guys hit a home run. They get a home run. What did you just see from the offense? I mean, that was obviously able to pick you up.
Yeah, the offense was huge. Every time I could just feel their energy in the dugout, and it's like one of those days that you know, like, you're not going to lose. Like, no matter what, they were going to throw a punch and we were going to come back. And, I mean, Ryan's home run was huge in a big moment. And, I had no doubt when she was up to bat.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting there in the dugout. I was going to say, like, Ryan's was just shot. And then even, like, Katie's, it seemed like that had a freaking, like, an engine on it or something. It got out of here quick. I mean, obviously I know it pumps the dugout up, but when you're seeing, like home runs go out like that, just what does it do on the bench for you guys?
Yeah, especially as a pitcher too, it really just like calms your nerves because you know that they're gonna pick you up no matter what. And when they're picking me up on both sides of the ball, both defensively and offensively. It just makes for a perfect storm.
And then to get your first, I mean, I know you want to get the sweep tomorrow, but Big 12 series win, what does that mean to the team?
Yeah, that's massive. Coming in, we were 0-3, and so basically it was a decision. You know, do we lay down or do we keep fighting? And both games have been a fight, and I think that just proves who we are as a team and the character we have.
And then what did you think? I'm going to ask you too, because obviously I didn't talk to you last night, but I mean, you came in, you finished out the game in the 8th. I mean, Kenzie throws 44 pitches. I know it at UTEP. I mean, she just faces 6 batters, strikes all of them out. When she's setting the tempo like that, I mean, when you're like watching her pitch, what things do you like pick up on, and how much does it help?
Yeah, I love to watch her pitch and just understand like how she places the ball to get the strikeouts and the swings the swings and misses, and understanding like kind of where the ball comes out and what hitters are seeing against her, and trying to find a way to tunnel off of that as well.
Got one more for Mika? We're good?
Perfect.
And they heard her again. She has done a phenomenal job. Obviously, again with Kenzie, being out mixing it up, but yeah, to be 8-2 like she is. Yeah, to see what she again has done, like absolutely awesome. Like you said, yeah, the offense picks you up, and yeah, Ryan Brown's shot too on Saturday. I mean, that was I mean, you talk about monster blocks from volleyball season. That was a monster shot. So yeah, it's again awesome to see. Love seeing it, and yeah, for Mika Lupi, I mean, again, meaning a ton to this team as they are just again rocking it in that big series. But tonight, baseball. I'm going to wrap a teeny bit early because I'm going to go over to a Coach Shillingham presser. Yeah, spring ball starts Thursday, guys. I know, crazy. With everything going on, spring ball starts Thursday. So, but yeah, Tim Williams tennis ranked 13th, guys. Absolutely awesome. Big fan of that. Yes, they are ranked 13th. Softball, like I said, they are ranked in the NFCA and the Go Route. They're number 20, and then in D1 softball, they are number 24. So, yeah, you can go beat that team that down south that is ranked as well. They let's see. They're number 13, number 11. So yeah, depending on what you're looking at. So yeah, basically right there. So you win a series, you take 2 out of 3 from them. Better yet, take all 3. I know. I'm just saying it's gonna be a battle, man. It is gonna be a battle. But yeah, Forks up to women's tennis, water polo. Yeah, water polo is number 5. Yeah, water polo. Well, Arizona ASU fell to 9 after. Oh no! Wait, this was. Oh yeah, week 6. Yeah, March 12th. So that makes sense. Last week. So, yeah, ASU went from 5 to 9 with the tough loss to USC, who is. How is it USC is not ranked? How is it USC is not ranked? Yeah, I don't get that. Well, either way, I'm just saying the Devils are at 9th. So again, tennis, tennis, softball, water polo, baseball headed in that direction. So absolutely awesome. But hey, have a phenomenal rest of your day. Enjoy your tacos. Again, like I always tell you, make them a little spicy. Whether put some jalapenos in there, some cilantro, maybe some sriracha, Tabasco, green chili, Frank's Red Hot, whatever. Make them a little spicy. Enjoy that. And yes, thanks to back-to-back, reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs women's volleyball. It is hashtag our state, School Down South. That is for you to always remember. So have a, it is hashtag our state. You learned it again in tennis. You learned it again in women's hoops, getting swept all three. Softball, it's Territorial Cup, man. It's hate week. So let's go. So have a great rest of your Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Again, looking to have Coach Party on. Also, here's some sound from Coach Shillingham. So have a phenomenal rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. And as always, you guys know it. Go Devils and forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
Chuck this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025.
The other way. Still going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down. Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.